Yo, welcome back everybody to another video. More gameplay footage, PvP, Ghost War, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint. I'm gonna go over it with you guys here. I gotta say, some disappointing features here that I'm seeing moving forward. Let's get into it and we'll discuss some things.
When facing your own kind, your skills alone are not enough. True warriors know when the smoke clears, they will be the last one standing. Target down! Go! Target spotted! Steady. But in the heat of the battle... Shit. I'll take care of it. It's only by working as a team that you can rise.
Okay, so right here, we obviously know there's going to be a medic class. The medic heal drone is back in the game. It's a feature that, although it was cool in Wildlands PvE, it was like, you know, whatever. It was a little cheesy. As for PvP, I don't agree with it. I don't think something like this should be in a PvP game, even for a medic class. I don't know if I said this in an older video. I would prefer that no one can res and only the medic class can come res you. So if you wanted to push the game into this RPG class system, then make the medic class mean something more than just I have a drone that I could shoot out 100 meters and heal you. Because you guys let me know what you feel about the medic drone when it comes to PvP, even if in PvE, but let's really discuss PvP now. Are you happy with a class that can throw up a drone and heal somebody anywhere? Or is that a mechanic you're not looking for in a PvP environment? Because I know for me, I'm not. It's something I didn't want in Ghost War and Wildlands, and I think it's, I don't know, I feel like the majority of us are looking for more realism than we are for little gadgets like this that feel cheesy at times. But let's keep going. Okay. You know I'm going to complain now. So, I believe this is a Rainbow Six feature. So, we went from marking enemies with the thing over our head to this. Look at these guys back here, all the way in the back. You can see them. I mean, we're entering, Ubisoft is pushing this you could see everybody mechanic, and I'm not sure how this is going to be implemented, if this is how spotting is now, or if it will be maybe for like a sensor on top of spotting the icon above the head. But you guys let me know how you feel. For me, I don't want mechanics like this. I want an 8v8, 12v12. We'll put that to the side. We have 4v4. I want a 4v4 of just give us an objective, let us complete it, let us find each other, let us kill each other. I don't want to be sniping from 100 meters out and with a simple throw of a sensor or someone saw someone 100 meters away that now I see them with a glowing indicator around their silhouette. I don't understand this. Is the Ghost Recon community asking for this? When we played Ghost War, did we say, hey, give us this Rainbow Six Siege stuff because we need to see people more? No. So why are they pushing mechanics like this? The entire forums, the entire community wants more of a tactical shooter feel, more of a military simulator feel. This is not what people want, Ubisoft. And I don't know why you keep pushing stuff like this. I don't get it. Let's continue. Okay, so we know we're gonna get this outer perimeter indicator that a la PUBG, Fortnite, that tells us we have to move forward and engage in close quarter combat eventually. I want to run something by you guys. You let me know how you feel about this. Would it have not have been a better idea to maybe on the mini map show a location of an outer ring get smaller, and maybe a voice, an audio message with something like, "The enemy is targeting our outer perimeter with mortars. Get to the forward position." And maybe a timer that tells you how much time you have to get to that forward position. And if you don't get there, a grenade animation goes off if you're too far back, representing that you got hit with like a mortar shot. Something that feels more realistic to the player base while they're playing this game, because I guarantee you that's corny. I understand where you're going with it, but hear me out, guys. This is exactly why in the forums, when people say we don't want Battle Royale, it's features like this that get implemented. It's not that a Battle Royale system would be too corny for this game. It's that Ubisoft would be implementing features from other games that don't make sense in Ghost War. We don't need a little ring indicator slowly moving. Just give us a forward operating area. And if this is the mini map, have a circle, and a couple minutes pass, make a new circle on our mini map that give us enough time to get to that area, and have it where, hey, enemies are targeting our outer perimeter with mortar shells. Get to a forward operating position. You know, just something like that. That would make more sense in the eyes of Ghost War players. I feel like a lot of these things go right over Ubisoft's head. It would not be just as hard to do that. And then if you're behind that position, just have a grenade explosion animation and you just die. That's it. That's simple. You were too far back. The enemy was targeting us with mortars, and it sets off a script, an explosion animation runs, and you die. And now we don't have to see a big beam of light shrinking in what's supposed to be a tactical shooter, realistic tactical shooter, even though now we have glowing silhouettes of enemies, we have drones that could res us. I think we're moving way past what the player base wants for a Ghost Recon PvP game. And not to mention, if you would build game modes like they did with Sabotage, you have a Sabotage game mode. What is it? One team has to take a bomb and blow up the other team's base, or blow up an area that the other team has to defend. You don't need that thing to do that. You don't need it. Complete your objective, or the time runs out. I mean, I guess they're looking to eliminate draws, but when you have objective-based game modes, you won't need things like that to force players into combat, because you will be giving them objectives to go do. So they'll be forced towards the objectives organically. And that's really it. 4v4 PvP mode, intense tactical action. 2 modes, 6 maps, 4 classes. We already know what the classes are. In case you don't, it's Assault, Panther, Sniper, Medic. 6 maps, 2 game modes. I went over the game modes the other day. One is what I was just talking about, Sabotage, and I think the other one is just Elimination. So the normal elimination is going to have that. I don't know if Sabotage is going to have it or if it needs it. But PvE, we know that. Shared progression, dedicated servers. Thank God, this is a good idea.
Ghosts.
So now, looking at the forums, if we come down and we look at what's the real pulse of this game, I summarized 90% of the posts. Let's look at this. I've summarized 90% of the posts for you. Here's what the vast majority of the community is asking for in the post here. Please focus on realism. We would prefer more simulation and less arcade gameplay. We want a realistic and tactical military shooter grounded in modern conflict. If anyone disagrees, please feel free to voice it. +1, +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. Hit the nail on the head. This is another, that's it. Devs want to make a this guy, I feel what he's saying. Maybe they want to make it like this, but it's an awful engine, so they're trying to make the game more interesting by adding gadgets and all this type of stuff. But it's not just me, guys. This is I'm keeping my ear to the ground. I'm keeping the my pulse on not only the game but on the community, and I'm not the only one. We're talking about PvP. So I wanted to really look at this thread right here. What are the glowing sci-fi walls around the entire PvP maps? They look awful. Agreed. This is a military shooter. Please change before release. Find something less garish. Garish? Good point. Not having the ring visible at all except on the minimap would be better. Bam. Also a better rationale for what it is. I understand the mechanic, but an overhead gunship, artillery, mortars, or some other area denial system would be more fitting. So you could have a gunship. That's a good idea. I was thinking something like, since they have the mortar mechanic already from Wildlands where we drop mortars. So I was thinking more along that line. I like the way this kid's thinking though. And you could say where, you know, enemy gunship ahead, get to a forward operating position. I'll mark it on your mini map. And then if you walk outside or you don't get to it in a certain amount of time, you'll hear enemy gunship and it'll shoot you up. And you'll fall and lay there dead. Even just a turn back message or anything but a laser wall. Yeah, like we don't want a laser wall. Just totally breaks immersion. Even better, when the arena size reduces, we need to push forward voice over sound off the comm. Something more immersive like that. You see, guys, it's not like I'm saying anything special here. I'm just the only one on YouTube voicing this. Everybody's doing it in the forums, and this is why I consistently tell everybody, if you come to my channel, you have to come to the forums and give constructive feedback for Ubisoft so they understand where they're going wrong and what's the pulse of the community. Now, maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't, but they need to know, because it's not that we can't live with these features. It's just that they could have been built better. They sat there and designed the glowing wall to shrink. So they could have done it a different way, the same mechanic, just a different way of building it. +1 would like to see a modification of the drone warning, text to sound notification, some artillery, denial variation, exactly. I agree with everyone here, although I would like to see the mechanic nixed from the game completely. Okay. Something to note though, after reviewing some of the footage, it seems that the boundary curtain only appears last part of the match, about 1 minute 45 seconds. So right at the end, right at the tail end, you have to push forward. So, okay, it won't be visible for most of the match. Understandable, but still, I think, you know, what the kid above said, you see all the names, but what this guy said was really good. A gunship, artillery, mortars, which is what I said. I like the idea of a gunship or something. That's really cool. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about now, guys. I wanted to show you the more gameplay that we see. Now we realize that the Rainbow Six Siege silhouette is visible, maybe with a sensor, or I don't know if that's how you're going to mark people in this version, but something I'm not too happy with. I'm not too happy with, you know, the medic class still has the drone. I would have much preferred that they eliminated rezzing and the medic class was the only specific rezzer in the game, but maybe that would have been a balance issue, but I don't see how. It's just like any RPG game you play, you know, when the medic goes down, the rest of the team is you know, you don't have a healer anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think on that new footage. Let me know what you think about my opinions on this whole situation. Are you getting more excited with seeing more of Ghost Recon, Ghost War, Breakpoint? Or are you becoming skeptical that this will just be another 2 years of relatively the same thing that we had in Wildlands? Are you excited still? Guys, let me say this real quick. I'm still excited for this game. Obviously, I am. Obviously, I'm a fan. I dedicate most of my videos to this game right now. Not to say that I'm not going to put out other content. Once World of Warcraft comes out, I'm going to play that. Death Stranding, I'm going to play that. You know, I'm going to focus on other games. But right now, the past 2 years, the number one game I played was Ghost Recon Wildlands. If you're in that boat, then you're probably watching these videos, you know, just to kick it with me, talk, kick it in the comments. A lot of us, you know, comment on people's posts, engage with the community. A lot of us are here just giving constructive feedback to one another and having good conversations. We're all respectable, and I like that. I like that we're all coming together on my channel and we can talk about the game and how we can make it better, and how a lot of these mechanics can be implemented differently. But don't forget, guys, you can't just come on my channel and talk to people in the comments or just chat with me. You got to come to the forums. You got to be vocal so Ubisoft knows your opinion on what they're doing and the designs that you like and you don't like, so they can make the best game possible for the community. All right? So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you feel about everything. Let me know if you're really feeling this type of PvP, or, you know, is there another game out there that really has your attention when it comes to PvP? Let me know below if there is that game out there. Maybe I'll check it out. And that's all for now. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. All right? Peace.